Well, let's get something straight. The last thing I wanted to do with this channel was create this information regarding the service industry. I'm in the restaurant business, and I started the channel because I wanted to do something different and, talk about different subjects. But I keep going back to this because here's the bottom line. The service industry, as far as restaurants are concerned, is in big trouble, especially in the United States. And here's why. I just got back from Ireland. I was over there for a week. And from the moment I got there, from the moment I actually walked off the plane, there was a greeter at the end of the ramp there. So kind, friendly, asked me if I needed help, my family, whatever. And then the next thing we did was we obviously went outside, and I had a car service pick us up. It's a friend of one of my family members. And this gentleman was so incredibly kind and had a big smile, asked us questions that he genuinely cared about the answers. And then from that moment on, everywhere we went, every restaurant we went to, even if you just went into a store, I had cut my finger and I needed a Band-Aid. As funny as I had forgotten, they don't call them Band-Aids in Ireland. They call them plasters. So I was asking for Band-Aids and the guy didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, we laughed about that, but the friendliness was unbelievable. And sadly, even though our flight with United Airlines was very good, but sadly, as soon as we got back on the plane to come back here to the United States, the temperament of the staff automatically changed. And that's a really sad thing. Before you start attacking me, I love America. I love this country. It's my home. I've been here for a long time. I'm a citizen. And I'm in the industry, an industry I love. But one of the things I've always loved about the industry is the friendliness of it all. The friendliness of the customer, the friendliness of the staff, and how it all works together. And sadly, that has changed. Now, I want to go back for a second. You don't tip in Europe. So the people in those restaurants, the guy who picked us up at the airport, none of those people are expecting a tip. It's not expected there. So they're nice because they're happy doing what they're doing. They're happy to have a job. They're happy to be working. They're happy to working in their particular job. So quite frankly, there's no benefit to them if they're nice or they're not, right? Now, fast forward to America, the opposite is true. You basically get tipped for service. And now what's happening is, and I've seen this in the restaurant industry, for a while there, we became, not we as in my restaurant, and I really mean that. My staff are amazing, and frankly, our customers are amazing. But we create that. There's a culture there. And that's how it survives. And frankly, we thrive. And I'm not here to advertise my restaurant. I will never do that on here. In fact, nobody knows I have this channel. Nobody at the restaurant, none of my staff, none of my family. But I'm bringing this point up because I find myself going to different places, different stores, restaurants, and I say to myself, I'm not coming back here. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to write a review. Like, you're done. You're done. And this is going to happen more and more and more. People have choices now. They don't need to eat in your restaurant. They don't need to buy a car from your dealership. There are many options that people have now. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't start getting nice to people, it's not going to end well. I see it happening already. There's a coffee shop I go to, and these people are about as friendly as they can be. But the consumer is already looking at the price of the cup of coffee and saying, why do I need to buy a cup of coffee outside my house? Is it for the social aspect? Yeah, maybe a little bit. But many places they go, it's not social. People are not friendly. The staff are not friendly. The customers are not friendly to each other. So I'm just telling you right now, 2025 is going to be a different year for the service industry. I believe you're going to see an enormous amount of restaurants go out of business. You're already seeing that. This has nothing to do with the economy. I know everybody's saying nobody has money. They do have money, but they're tired of spending it, and they're not going to be spending it on people or around people who don't respect them and who don't respect the fact that they're there. So this is why, because of that attitude, you had the really good people in our service industry have moved on to other jobs. They'd rather deliver Amazon packages now, or they'd rather do Uber, or they'd rather do DoorDash, where, yes, a percentage of that is tips, but they're automatic tips, which I totally disagree with, by the way. I think the tip thing is out of control, period. I mean, it's almost to the point where you go to a full service or a self-service gas station and you swipe your credit card and they want a tip, and you haven't even seen a human being. We're almost at that point. That's another part of it that's killing this. Anyway, I digress. I didn't want to talk about restaurants here, but I'm telling you, if you're watching this, if you're in the service industry, if you're in the restaurant industry, you need to be very careful, because your business is going to go away. Your job is going to go away already because of technology. But if you plan on staying in this industry, or in any service industry where you're dependent on the customer coming back because of your attitude or how friendly you are, you really need to work on your personality skills, and you need to be kind to people, and you also need to create an environment. If it's an environment where there's socialization going on, where you have many people socializing and you're trying to create a vibe, if you have somebody in that establishment or in that place who is a customer who is not friendly, you need to eliminate them also. So you're going to have to work like we had to work years ago, where we were so happy when a customer showed up. They were the most valuable asset. And we've gotten away from that. And I'm telling you right now, if we don't get back to that, we're in deep trouble. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, put something down in the comments if you disagree with me, or if you're in a situation where you think maybe you could do something that might change that. Thanks.